Hey, this is Barry coming to you from the Bears Den. You know I love music. This morning I was getting ready and I was listening to a song by Elevation Worship called Trust in God. It came out in 2023, and one of the first lines in there says, "Blessed assurance, Jesus is mine." And then the next line I really like. It says, "He's been my fourth man in the fire time after time." If you don't know that story, that's the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And when King Nebuchadnezzar built an idol and commanded that everyone would come and worship that idol, and they said, "No, we're not going to do that. We're going to worship our God." And the punishment was to be thrown in this pit, this huge fiery furnace pit. And so when they refused to, King Nebuchadnezzar threw them in there. And they had big robes on and everything, and he just threw them in there. They should have gone up like a torch. But they didn't. And even when King Nebuchadnezzar looked down in there, he asked his leaders, he said, "Did we not throw 3 men in there?" And they said, "Yes, we threw 3 men. And he said, "I see 4. And so when he says in the song that Jesus has been my fourth man in the fire, that's what he's referring to, is that Jesus has been the fourth man in our fire. And you know what I love about that line? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego did not create that fire. Think about that. In your life, how many times have there been fires you didn't create? How many of the times have you been caught in a situation where it seemed like turmoil and it seemed like pressure and punishment and things were just going south? But the one thing we have to remember is God is with us always in all of our trials and all of our tribulations. He has promised, "I will never leave you, nor will I forsake you." And if you don't doubt it, go read Daniel 3. Daniel 3 says very clearly that God showed up, and God showed up in a great way for Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. You know what? God can show up for you too. That's the blessed assurance of the day, that he will be the fourth man in your fire. Whether you created it or somebody else created it, God will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. So this week when you're walking through life and you encounter some bumpy roads or things get a little tough, you just sing that song, "Blessed assurance, Jesus is mine. He's been the fourth man in the fire time after time." I pray you have a great week. God blesses you. Remember that I love you and God loves you. See you later.